So here we have a fresh installation of Linux Mint 22, and as you can see there's a welcome menu here. The first steps in the welcome menu are pretty good. You can follow this along as much as you want. We're not going to be covering system snapshots, driver managers, or the firewall. We're going to be talking mostly about the Cinnamon desktop itself. The documentation available is here. There's help. The chat rooms are live people, so try to be nice to them. And if you want to contribute, it's always nice to give back, especially if you like Linux Mint quite a lot. So that's how you do that here. I would advise keeping this little button checked until you're comfortable with Linux Mint, especially if you're a newbie to Linux in general. So one of the first things you have to do in Linux Mint is you have to go to the system settings and choose your themes. Now for the purpose of this introduction, we're just going to stick to these themes here, but you might want to check the advanced settings where you can basically choose everything, all sorts of things, and you can even add new themes to your desktop. I don't recommend any of these, although you might want to check them out. Some of them are pretty cool. There's the settings here, there's the themes here, and you can check this out as much as you want. We're going to stick to the basic themes here. This one here. So we're going to stick to the mixed dark. I'm going to choose the mixed. I'm going to choose the green theme, which is the original Linux Mint theme, and then I'm going to close this one. Okay, so if you're familiar with Windows 7 at all, the basic Windows Start menu is over here. You can pick and choose your applications, and these are the categories, and the software will show up here. So if you want accessories, you want a calculator, there it is. If you want to search for something, you type it in here, calculator, and you got your calculator. We're going to change this button here because it's kind of a start menu, but not really. So we're going to change it, click configure, and we're going to change the icon to one that I like better, which is this one. And then we're going to type in some text here. Now you can put start like that, okay, or you can put menu, or you can, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put Mint with an exclamation mark. Put one space in back and one space in the front. And the purpose of this is just to make this button a little larger than these other ones here, so that when you move your mouse over there, you click on it, you have an easier time of finding it. So that's what this is for. Okay, so one of the standout features of the Linux Mint distribution is the update manager. This is how you control your updates for the system. You find out that you have an update. It has a little red button on top of this little shield thing here. You get all your updates, and you can click refresh to check again if you got updates. And then turns out I do have updates, and you click on here. When you're ready, you click on install updates. I'm not going to do that right now, but this is where you take care of that. When you first start up Linux Mint, you're probably going to be asked to choose a local download mirror. I would advise you to do that. So you can basically follow along in the instructions. It'll give you a prompt somewhere around here, and that's taken care of. Okay, one of the things you have to do in Linux Mint is you have to change your background. So you right click on the desktop, you go to the backgrounds, and Linux Mint has basically some of the best backgrounds of all Linux distros. I don't know if they pay more for the photographers or what they do, but they have the best backgrounds around, and you can see from the choices that you get, it's pretty good. We're going to pick this one down here, and this is what we're going to stick with for the rest of the lesson. So I hope you like it. Alright, okay, so you have your background and you have your menu set up. If you want to put anything on your taskbar here, you just grab something like this, pull it down, and put it on there. So that's how you set up your toolbar. And finally, if you want to move the toolbar, you right click, move it, put it over there, or move, put it on the top, click move, put it on the right hand side. Probably the least amount of places I've seen it is on the right hand side, and if you want it on the bottom, there it goes. So that's done. Okay, now that we've set up our background and done the basics and themes, we're going to go to here to the system settings. Sorry, here, this one. And we're going to look at extensions. Okay, now I'm going to check this out. Now, here's the thing. Some of these things are buggy. Some of them have been left in the system for a long time and they don't work particularly well. I'm really only interested in one particular extension here, and this is the Wobbly Windows. Now, you probably heard about this, but we're going to go ahead and get this one. Here we go. Now, all I can say is this is kind of fun, and you can check it out. They give you a laugh for about 5 minutes, and then you'll get tired of it and you want it to go away. But it's pretty cool, So we're going to get rid of that because it's annoying after a while. So you just unclick the minus button and it shuts it off. And if you want to download some more, you can always go here and you search. So now that we've got our windows back to normal, we can move on. So one of the cool things about Linux Mint and Cinnamon Desktop is that something called the Cinnamon Spices. So you right click on the toolbar, you go to Applets, and it brings up this menu here. These are Cinnamon Spices, which are little programs that run on your desktop, and these ones in particular run on the toolbar. So we're going to go to download here. We're going to see what's available, and the first one is Weather. Now this is, of course, this has got 245 stars, so that's the most popular app. We're going to pick this one, and we're going to click here to install it. So as it's downloading, it shouldn't take too long. We're going to go back to the management side here. We're going to pick it again, select it, and then press this little plus button. And now you can see over here we have our weather for whatever region where you live in. Here it's Toronto, so clear skies, good day for a video. And you can check all these cinnamon spices, the ones that are already loaded on your computer, and then you can check the download to see other ones that are available. This list is changing, I don't know, month by month. Every season there's a couple of new ones, and you might want to check in. Some of them have been updated, repaired, or sometimes they just work better than they used to. So I recommend sticking to the weather app for now, and then check these ones out one or two at a time at your however you like. So one of the things that I've seen a lot of people do, they have a fresh installation of whatever distribution of Linux. It comes with a bunch of software, but they need something else. So they go on the web, they search the internet, they try to find something to download that says Linux version, and they get lost, confused, or they think they made a mistake or whatever, and they get frustrated with this sort of thing, and they don't know where to look. So I'm going to tell you where to look. Here, you go to look here, and you find a software manager. This software manager in Linux Mint is available in pretty much any distro. They have some version of this. They call it Software Center, Software Boutique, Software something, Package Manager, something like that. You have to find the one that goes with your distro, and you have to use that to download, or you should look there first before you go around the web trying to find stuff to download for Linux. The one example that I saw, which was pretty surprising to me, that somebody desperately needed VLC. Now, Linux Mint actually comes with a program or something called Celluloid, which is right here. I encourage you to try Celluloid before you go, looking for something else. But if you absolutely need VLC, you just type in VLC here, and there it is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and install this. This is just a bunch of dependent programs that it needs. I'm going to continue, type in my password, and then we're off and running. So this is a system package. If you don't actually need a flat pack, I would probably say you shouldn't get one. There's nothing wrong with flat packs. They're basically containers, and if you want to protect your system, or if you need to protect your system, then flat packs are great. Flat pack is a larger download than the regular, and usually a system package will perform a little bit better. So there's VLC. I'm going to go ahead and launch this, and that's it. There it is. Oh, it's a smaller version of this. Here, it's taking up my whole screen. But there it is. So that's where you look for packages. That's where you look for the software that you need before you go crazy and running around the internet. So I'm going to close this down, and then I'm going to move on to the next one. So here is your Linux system desktop, and one of the more powerful things to do with the Linux system is that usually every Linux distro has workspaces, and Linux Mint has a pretty good workspace manager here. Like, basically, I'm going to click Control Alt and the right arrow, and I'm in Workspace 2, and then left arrow to go back to Workspace 1. So I'm going to go through, and there's 4 to start with, and you can add more. You can remove them if you want. So here in Workspace 1, this is what you do with workspaces. So I'm going to open a calculator in Workspace 1. I'm going to go to Workspace 2. I'm going to open a file manager. I'm going to Workspace 3, and I'm going to open a email client. Okay, so here's my email client, and then I'm going to go to Workspace 4, and I'm going to open a browser. Okay, so I'm just navigating the left and right arrow keys and Control Alt held down while I click the left and right arrow keys. So this is Workspace 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then back again the other way, 4. Now if I click the Control Alt and the up arrow, I get this, which shows me all the workspaces I have. So I have here my file manager, this is my screen recorder, this is the calculator, this is my email client, and my web browser. So here's the thing, I can move this over to here. So now everything, email client, I can move this to here and this to here. And then I can, or no, I can check this out here and see what's going on here. I can go up, now I can see all 3. Okay, so if I'm in Workspace 3 and I don't know, maybe this a website you don't want your boss to see, you just Control Alt right arrow and you're in Workspace 4, and now he's looking at your background image, which is kind of cool, and he probably likes your background image than what you were looking at. So here you have email, and if somebody's looking over your shoulder and you don't want them to see your email, you go, well, look at my look at what I'm looking on the internet. Here is an interesting article or something. So you can use it for that sort of thing. It doesn't have to be so nefarious, but it's one of those possibilities. You can also organize everything a certain way. You can change this workspace too and call it your email. Email. Now, this is email, so you'll know which one you're on based on the thing. I'm going to close this down. I'm going to look at the thing. Now, if you want to add a workspace, it's right here. So now I got 5, 6. I don't actually know how many this goes, but I'll go ahead and try 9. And you can take this, move it down here. If you can move it, oh, I want this browser moved far away. However you want to do it. And then just exit out. You can just choose one of these workspaces, or you can just you can navigate with the arrow keys, and then click enter. So now I'm back in workspace 1. The other thing you can do if you want to work with workspaces, first I'll show you. You can shut these down any time you like. You can close them, and if you want, maybe. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut the email one. Yeah, see, you renamed it, so it's going to ask you. Yeah, I want to shut down. So now it's workspace 1, 2, 3, 4 again, and I'm going to exit out of this by going to workspace 1. Here at the bottom, you have the taskbar and applets, and in the applets, you're going to scroll down here to this workspace switcher, and you're going to add that, and this is going to appear on the bottom of your screen. So instead of Control Alt and right arrow key, left arrow key, you can basically go down here and switch workspaces with your mouse. So again, you can open up a bunch of things here, switch over here, open up a browser, and then switch workspaces again and again, and you can do the same things with the up arrow key. You can find all the workspaces again, and if you right click on this, you can configure it. Type of display, small, that's not wrong. Sorry. Here, add a new workspace and manage your workspace, which is this. So you can do everything with a mouse or with the keyboard keys. All right, I'm going to close this, and we're going to move on to the next. Okay, before I go, I want to show basically how to tile windows. So we're going to start with a file manager here. We're going to open up a web browser, and we're going to use the tiling features of Cinnamon. We'll do this, and we'll just divide the screen in half. Now this is something that's in every distro of Linux. There's probably some kind of functionality this way, though it probably doesn't work exactly the same. But you see what you can do with this sort of thing. Now, I'm going to take this and put it at the top. I'm going to take this one and put it at the bottom, and now you got your screen space, divided in a different way. thing is that I can also add a third option, say email client. So here's my email client. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it over here, and then you're going to go down and it's going to make the corner, and then you put over here, and I'm going to put it at the side, and I'm going to put this in this corner up here, and then you go, there you go, and you got it. Now you can move these around, and you see how you moved it across. Now see, this one didn't come with it, so what you do is you go down here, and now it fits. So you can move things around any sort of way you want. It's basic tiling. It's available in just about any distro. Cinnamon does a pretty good job of it, and yeah, so that's that. It doesn't work with every application. Some applications won't let you resize a window for whatever reason, so if it doesn't work with some particular application, you just have to work around it. It doesn't work with everything, and some applications just don't let you resize the window. So this is pretty cool. I think it's a way to use your screen space more efficiently. So I'm going to close this down, and then there's one more thing I want to do before I finish off this thing. There's something here. This is Matrix. This is, I'm not going to go through this because you'll have to sign in, but this is where you chat online with some people who want to help you with Linux. You can see here it says be nice and respectful. Try to say please and thank you, and when you describe your problem, whatever it is, try to be as specific as you can, so people don't guess and ask a bunch of questions and get frustrated and angry. Okay, so be patient, be kind, be respectful, and don't fret too much. And finally, if you got a welcome screen, remember I said you click that check button and you made your welcome screen go away and you want it back. Well, here it is there. You just type in welcome into the space and there's your welcome screen. So if you want, you can go back to the first steps, documentation, help, and all of that. So that's it for that, and I think I'm going to get close to ending this. Okay, I just want to end this by saying that if you're new to Linux, not everything's going to work out perfectly the first time. Linux is a good system. It's not perfect. I was hoping to make this video to show you how to do stuff rather than having everybody concentrate on all the problems that they're having switching over to Linux or to a new operating system. I think everybody who's switching over or even thinking of switching over, you should probably give yourself more time to do something like this. I've seen numerous videos on YouTube. They take a 30-day challenge, they take a 2-month challenge, and they always end up going back to Windows, and they complain about it the whole time. It's not necessary. I don't really like those videos, although sometimes they're entertaining. I mean, it is their job probably to be a YouTuber after all. But don't let that affect you. You move at your pace, what's comfortable for you, and do it the way you want to do it. And don't move your whole life over in one fell swoop like 30 days. It's not worth such a challenge. You have to give yourself time to learn. There is a learning curve, and I was hoping that this video would just bring everybody a little further along so that they can, do something rather than just focus all the problems that they have switching over. So thanks for watching, and good luck and happy computing with Linux. Thanks, and see you later.